Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Sorry that you're so like zoomed into my face, but I have roommates, so I don't really want to show like they were. I'm back with another video. As my title says, I have got my exam results, and like other YouTubers like Ibsmo's, like he's like broadcasted his and spoken about it, and I was actually thinking, oh yeah, I'll talk about it, but I thought my results were going to come out in like late July, early August, so I hadn't really prepared myself for even thinking about my exams again, or even wanting to look up what I actually got. But regardless, we're gonna do this today. I'm very scared. I'm very scared, but I could do this. I could do this. My heart. Okay, a quick stray away from this actual exam thing. Today was an okay day up to the point where my friend was like, there's a spider in the dorm, and I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I took a picture, it's huge. And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, I've seen my fair share within my own home, England, London, Oxford. So I thought, yeah, it's fine. And then she was like, oh yeah, because you're scared, like I'll come up with you. I was like, oh yeah, thanks. So we went up to my room, I got my purse so we could go to get some food. And then as we're coming out, we are literally like 4 steps away from the door to escape the dorm. I see the hugest spider I have ever seen in my life. It was huge, like I can't even. You have never seen with your own eyes, unless you live in Japan, a spider that huge. I legit thought that thing could eat me. Like it could chase down a cat and attack that thing. Like it was just... So you're probably wondering how I got back into my room. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take it to the lift, but to save energy they cut the lift. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? And my friend had to walk me up the stairs, and the thing is that thing is gone. So I'm like, it's either ran out of the dorm, which is fine, go about your business somewhere else, or it's going further deeper within my living quarters. And I feel like, well, now nobody else is here because everyone's like at university and stuff, so I'm by myself, which means I really can't leave my room until one of my roommates come to save me. So yeah, my heart is beating, first because of that humongous spider. I'm scared of spiders, I think that's quite obvious from what I'm saying, and also because of this exam. But okay, sorry for straying away. We will get back to the... I'm a Christian, so I have prayed for peace of mind as I see this. Whatever mark I get, I know I tried pretty hard for this. I really completely locked myself away. It's just loaded. Okay, I lived in the library to do this exam, to pass. So whatever mark I get, it's okay, it's fine. This is first year, so my first year doesn't actually count towards my degree, and I don't have an exam in second or third year, so I have a good 2 years to get myself up to a reasonable level before 4th year. So I'm okay. I can do this. Is fine. This is actually fine. I'm sure I've passed. I couldn't have not passed. Okay, I clicked on it. Oh my days, I'm terrified. Okay. So the reason why I'm looking at the camera is because I know it's loaded to the left of me, so I'm like, I don't want to see this. But okay, ready? Oh my word. Oh my word! Look at this! Oh wow! Okay. Okay. I mean, they haven't given me... Aren't they supposed to give you like a number, like, you know, like a first, 2-1, 2-2, third, but they haven't, so I'm a bit confused. So as I said in one of my old videos, I don't know which one it was, in those videos I spoke about how if for Japanese we have 3 topics. So yeah, I'm doing Japanese at Oxford, by the way. So yeah, I have 3 topics, three papers to do. So the first one was modern Japanese, which was language. So it was like grammar, vocab, Chinese characters which you use in Japanese, writing, like a range of different things. So I was like, doki doki, like my heart was beating hard, and I was like, it's the grammar thing is the thing that catches me out, because I've been doing Japanese for 5 years, but it's got to the point now where I don't really pay attention to particles, because when you're talking to your friends in Japanese you kind of drop the particles anyway, but they have like a whole section which like focuses specifically on the particles. So I was like, I don't want to do this, you know. It's not the best grade that I could have got, but it actually meant I passed, so I'm actually okay. My next grade was Modern Japanese 2, so that one was 2 translations, and then they had linguistics part at the end, which is, they say it's not linguistics, it's grammatical analysis, but that thing is actually linguistics, and I was really dreading that, and I put it off for quite some time because I was like, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that question, like it's too complicated, and it kind of put me off with linguistics a little bit. Because at Oxford they have 3 main like departments in Japanese, so it's literature, classical literature, modern literature, and then linguistics. So those are the 3, so you have to choose one of those when you come back from Japan. So I am not choosing literature because I don't think I'm very good in it, so I will be doing linguistics. But that class was actually worrying me a little bit, like will I be fully prepared for doing linguistics in 3rd year or 4th year. Right, the next one is the East Asian survey, which I've spoke about like 14,000 times to almost anyone. It's the really very broad paper, so it's about so many different topics, but my strength is history. They had so many questions on history that I actually had to choose which ones I was going to pick. So like, what? It was so good, it was great. And then now I've got my result, and I'm a bit confused because they haven't written down like what exactly that equates to. So I guess that's a 2-1, but I'm gonna check now. So we will see. And the internet stopped working, so no, we won't see. Who knows when the internet will decide to listen to me. Well, that was a bit of an anticlimax. At least I got to see my result. What I will talk about though is kind of reflection on this year and how this year has gone. This year was definitely completely different to what I expected. Like, I did not think that Oxford was going to be like this. The first term I was expecting to be really intense. I was never going to see the sun or the moon. I was just going to be locked in my room with like 20 books piled up on my desk, me studying 24/7, not getting to speak to anyone, nothing. But it really wasn't like that. Like, because I already knew Japanese, I was in the upper group, but they just spent the whole term just revising things I already knew from GCSE and A levels. So like, it was quite a basic term, and they didn't really have that much homework. So I had a lot of free time compared to other people, and I used that time to go to societies, to hang out with people, to talk to loads of people. Yeah, I've been like really social, talking with everyone, stuff like that. And that first term, which is called Michaelmas, which is the autumn term, that was okay. And then we went into the second term, and I thought, right, I know when the homework comes out, I know this, it'll be fine, I will finish everything on time, it will be good. But it definitely was not like that. So we had the grammatical analysis class, which, you know, I might talk about in a bit of detail at some point, but for the moment I'm just like, I don't want to see you ever again, so I'm not going to mention what it actually is. We had the grammatical analysis classes, and we had one every week, and they all had homework. So I had my essays that I had to do every 2 weeks, and it's quite an in-depth essay, so it would take, like, for me it took 2 weeks to actually write them. On top of the essays, I also had grammatical analysis, and then we started a new textbook for my Japanese language lessons, and so every single week she gave us homework, so that was 3. And then also I had kanji classes where I was learning the Chinese characters that Japanese uses. The term before, we were just doing a chapter a week, and it was a book I'd already done, but this time it was a new book, and we had to do a chapter every single week. So that was like 20 characters, and each of them had like 5 different words, or 7 different words, or 10. So you have to learn all the vocab and how to write it and all the readings. So basically I went from 1 essay and sometimes homework to 1 essay, the kanji homework, the language homework, and the grammatical analysis. So I had 4. Not only did that happen, also my health deteriorated. Something that I will talk about in more detail at a later point, but I kind of like mentioned it in the comments, that I have a disability. And for the first term, like, obviously it was really bad, but I could somehow like manage it because I wasn't studying as much, and studying is what aggravates it, makes it worse. But that term, the next term, spring, that was a term where we had so much homework, and I was trying to start preparing for the actual exams. I was doing a lot of writing. Yeah, so it was bad. It was very bad, and I wanted to quit altogether Oxford. I was like, I can't do this. I want to go back home and just rest. And I wanted to, I really wanted to. But thank you for my wonderful family, my family who supported me so much and made sure that I continued and didn't give up, and my friends that helped me. Very thankful. I think if I didn't have either of those people, then I really would not be in Oxford at all anymore. And then Trinity just went by really quickly. I had a Spanish exam that I was doing for something completely different. I had 2 Spanish exams actually, so I didn't actually fully devote my time to Japanese. and I feel like if I had spent less time kind of going to social events in the first term and not having to do so many exams for different subjects that weren't relevant to my degree, then maybe I would have done better. So I think that's something like to keep in mind, that of course it's good to have fun, like definitely go out and socialize, but just keep track of it, because I was just doing enough work to get by rather than like, okay, this week I should review this chapter, and in this chapter and let me read in more detail about this topic. Like, I didn't do that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Well, I might do a little bit in second year in Kobe, but third year, fourth year, that's definitely what I'll be doing. Obviously that would be way more important. Prioritizing work. And I think, like, we were talking to one of my senseis and she was saying how people who do well like throughout their whole degree are the people who've just started Japanese, because they're not relaxed about it. They know that they're not as advanced as everybody else, so they had to work really hard to get to the same level, and so because they're constantly working and practicing, they do really well. Whereas the people who already know Japanese, they're like, oh yeah, I don't need to revise that grammar point, or I don't need to look at that, like I already know it. But that's actually where it's our downfall, because we're not paying attention and like investing as much time into our degree as other people. And that's something I'm gonna keep in mind as I go on to my next few years at university. What do you guys think? How are you guys feeling after your exams? Like, I know it's been exam season, was in May and June, so how did your exams go? Do you think you did well? Do you think you didn't do well? What type of things would you change? What type of things would you want to do better next time? Yeah, things like that. I think it's like a good way to like start discussing things in the comments, because then not only can I kind of like give you advice if you want it, but also other followers, other subscribers can also see that, and I think it'll be really useful to talk about those things in the comments. I will see you later. Bye bye. I did it. I survived Oxford and I didn't fail. Okay, my camera actually only has 3 minutes left, so I don't know what I'm doing wasting time. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.